All right, so once again, I'm live coming in right now. Frank Nitty. What's going on, man?
Man, chilling. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. Talking about what's up, Shaq? Um, talking about the thing that it went on today when everybody couldn't use their phones, so where they couldn't upload on Facebook and Instagram for hours at a time due to an outage, cyber attack, as they say.
Didn't this just happen last week? This happened the same.
Oh, with the phone,
Something.
you gotta remember something. Wasn't the day Super Tuesday?
Right, exactly. Just like that happened last a couple of weeks when that happened. That what day was that when that happened on? There was a certain day that happened on too. The other outage. Forget.
I think it was
Three
I
three three.
wanna,
Was it three? No.
it might have been 222,
Might have been 222, huh?
but
These people
it
play
did
too many
happen.
games.
It did happen recently, yes. So let's just play this,
JB here with Chip Brewster of the Nexstar Media Wire. Facebook and Instagram services being restored across the country and, of course, in other places around the world after a technical issue. Now, we go, ironically, to X, Chip, for Facebook's comms person that we've been told to follow for an update after this technical issue caused this Facebook and Instagram outage this morning.
Yeah, you've pretty much listed the entire tweet as well. Andy Stone, who is communications with Meta, earlier today, a technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible for everyone who was impacted, and we apologize for any inconvenience. So leaving out really all detail, even talking about how it was resolved, just simply saying at this point, it has been resolved, though anecdotally, there are still some lingering effects. I'm sure, though, those will be worked out here in the very near future.
We're coming across almost 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central, and we can tell you that we are following a lot of what people are saying here on social media, and they are saying the same thing, that Facebook and Instagram are, again, working for them. Chip and I have logged on, I think, multiple different devices, and we're able to get back on in a lot of different places. In fact, Chip is live streaming right now. Any and all updates will make available to you on WFLA.com and your Nexstar sister station website and application.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises.
Facebook is down on Super Tuesday.
All right, let's start right there. Facebook is down on Super Tuesday. No coincidence, Frank. Frank.
Nobody questioned. Like, what the media? Like, why are we the only ones? You know what I mean?
They say it's a technical issue. That's what they say.
But see, my bad. See, this is the thing. They could these newscasters. They could bring up the fact. They could bring up stuff that's their personal opinion, like taking the, you know what I'm saying, the candy bar, you know what I mean, something about Gaza or something with Israel. They could state their personal opinion with that, which they ain't supposed to be doing. But when stuff like this happens, they don't say nothing about it.
It's not a technical issue. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just
it's interesting. It's like, you know what I mean? They're not going to put their 2 cents in. These newscasters, they ain't going to put their 2 cents in when it comes out of that. I just think it's just interesting. And like, the hell with them, though. Of course, they're going to play stupid and play dumb. They're part of the establishment. But I just think, I hope a lot of us are waking up and seeing, man, that, come on, this stuff is obvious now. Now they're getting to the point where it's just kind of getting.
The problem was you couldn't log into your account. That was the problem. You couldn't log into your account.
Well, I'm just saying, when stuff like this happens, we should kind of like start questioning it more. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's not the news job to do that. The news job is to confuse you and to tell you what to be mad at or to be sad at, which, you know, tell you what to focus on. That's their job. But that's crazy though, man. It's interesting. I mean, obviously they're messing with but see, this could be a test run too, because they know that people love their social media. They know that we can't get enough of it, man. It's like, you know, a lot of times that's the first thing people do when they brush their teeth. When they wake up.
Let me play this part.
A lot of people are logged out. I just went on my Facebook right now, and I'm logged out. So is Rob. Can you guys check to see if you've been logged out from your Facebook? Just go on your phone, Tom. See if your Facebook.
I'm logged out.
You're logged out. See if it says session expired.
Oh, wow. They don't want nobody on Super Tuesday talking about what's happening.
Well, no, it's not. We're not. I'm just saying the timing, Rob said it's a very.
Yeah,
me too.
By the way, for people that are watching, are you also logged out? Can you just go check your Facebook? And if you're logged out,
about Instagram?
Put here if you're logged out. Yeah, check Instagram as well.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't even let me log in with my password. Oh, I couldn't refresh the feed on Instagram.
I'm right there with you.
Instagram
I'm like, everybody seeing this just like this?
Instagram is also.
So you're saying the timing isn't really weird right
all
now?
I'm saying, it's a little weird, but let's see what's going on here. Facebook and Instagram down during outage, thousands affected. Well, 5 people here are affected. So if you were just kicked out of Facebook or Instagram while scrolling, you're not alone. Meta social platform are currently not working. With both Instagram and Facebook pulling up failure to load, error pages go a little lower.
Come on.
And Down Detector reported 44,000 outages at 10:13. It's 10:48 right now, so it was 30 minutes ago. 8 on your side has reached out to Meta. What is 8 on your side? Oh, the show has reached out. So go on Twitter and let's see what Twitter is saying.
Like, isn't it a coincidence though that this is happening on this day?
Well, I watched your interview with Eric Prince from Blackwater right after the day of the AT&T outage, and you asked what are the chances that China was responsible for that, despite AT&T and the cell phone service saying that was their bad. He said, what was the number he said, Pat? 70%?
70%. He said.
I don't know, dude. These things are popping up more and more, and
number one trending hashtag on Twitter right now is Facebook down.
And Adam, I understand that angle, but what about just them going, hey, let's just not let anybody speak or share or do anything on a major platform?
If this was a general election, your theories would hold water, but this is a primary.
It's not a theory.
Meaning those people are voting for Trump. It's happening. That's not like, oh my God, Nikki Haley won all 16 states. That would be a problem.
No, what I'm saying is
the primaries. Trump's got locked
up. It's not a theory.
I'm just letting you know.
Hey, hold on.
General election, Trump, Biden. I'm with you.
I'm saying yes. It's not a theory. I'm just saying, is it a weird coincidence that on Super Tuesday, which you brought up, I didn't even know it was Super Tuesday, the day after the SCOTUS thing, this has happened. It's weird. Isn't it a little weird?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
It's very weird, and it's happening in here.
I'll give you that. Pat, based on your conversation you just had last week with Blackwater, Eric Prince, how do you process in this, man?
No, I mean, look, you just from the standpoint of staying paranoid, only the paranoid survive. Yeah. At the beginning of this podcast, when we were talking about, could there be an attempt? Could they do this? Could they do that? Could they do this? All the stuff that we talked about. What it really comes down to is we said, hey, the next 8 months are going to be crazier than you think.
Yeah.
Period. There's going to be crazier. There's going to be a lot of weird things going on. And when things happen, just guess what? Just be a little bit, aware of it. I don't know what the reasoning behind this is. I'm not going to jump to conclusion. All I'm saying is it's a weird day for this to happen. And, you have to also be thinking about Zuck doesn't want this.
No.
You know why Zuck doesn't want this? Zuck doesn't want everybody going on Twitter saying Facebook and Instagram is down. You think Zuck wants to give market share to Twitter?
At all.
You think Zuck wants to give market share to any other picture platforms or?
All right. Right. So just showing you that when the first thing I thought about was Super Tuesday when it happened. So some other people thinking the same thing. And it's one day after the Supreme Court decision. Come on, man. Let's get it together, man. Also, just throwing some things out there off script. Joe Budden has a podcast with Candace Owens he did, but he's not trying to release it right now. Go figure.
Man. Maybe that's why they call it, another reason why they call it Super Tuesday. No, but they could that's because of the show. These people could mess. They could do. They be messing with You know, they could control a lot more than you think. You know what I mean? They control a lot more than you think, man. You know, what's the saying? You know, what's the saying? You know, he who you allow to feed you, you know, is also the person that could starve you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we just rely too much on stuff, man. These people know it. You know, as grown people, we expect our kids to rely on us. It's weird. We're so reliant on this technology and the system, man. It's crazy. It's kind of weird. Think about it. But the social media, these damn phones, man, this internet got us, you know what I mean? Complacent, man. Got us comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna go and tell these politicians, you know, we're not gonna tell them how we feel. We're not gonna go and tell these motherfuckers off though. We're just gonna keep you know, going with the flow of the society, man. That's it. If you think about it, we don't be making no sense. We'll be the first ones to complain though about this and that, and oh man, and you know, man, the society and this and that, you know, politics, but we're not trying to change that, though. We're not trying to change that, man.
You say we're not trying to change it?
No, we're not trying to come together. But look, you got the Europeans, man. They, you know, they these European judges and stuff like that ruling in favor of schools and stuff like that, discriminating on kids for their dreads and their hair. So you got some ridiculous stuff like that. That just goes to show where their mindset's at. They're not trying to come together with us either. So that's how I look at it. You know, you're tripping on dumb shit like.
I want you to hear this.
Going to support Trump, the nearest white person,
who get caught.
It's incredible. You see, if I see a black person walking around with Trump mugs, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Charles.
I don't, Gail.
Charles.
Gail.
You really can't say that because you don't mean that.
Oh, I mean that sincerely. I'm gonna just tell you something.
And then you will be arrested for assault. And then what?
I'm gonna bail myself out and go celebrate. If I
don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. Okay, but go ahead.
Seriously.
Continue.
First of all, if I was at that
conference,
I'd have got up and walked out. That was an insult to all black people. Because he basically just saying, and first of all, to compare black history where we've been discriminated against to his plight.
Yes.
Well, first of all, he's a billionaire. And they're prosecuting him for stuff he did wrong. They're prosecuting him for stuff he did wrong. And for him to compare.
It's still in the court system, Charles. We have to wait. It's still in the court system, but continue.
Well,
continue.
Some of the stuff is true. They did storm the Capitol. They did say that the election was stolen. Those aren't lies, Gail. Those are
They
facts.
did say that.
But to compare, I would have got up and walked out because it's not a fair comparison. You know, he's a billionaire. He's had a great life. He's been president of the United States. To insult black people who have been discriminated against all these years, to put them in the same category, I was just offended. I mean,
so Charles Barkley is offended by that. A lot of the mainstream liberal media was offended by that. They were offended by Trump selling sneakers, even though he didn't target black people specifically, but they were offended by the idea that black people might like Trump's shoes. But yet they're not offended by Kamala Harris throwing a White House party for black people while playing Sexy Red and rap songs, doing this party of drinking and probably smoking at the White House.
This event means to me, it's put everything into perspective. It shows me everything is possible. My vice president's black. What you mean I can't do it?
When I look out at this group of leaders, I know that the future of our country is bright. Our nation needs you, and I look forward to your continuing leadership. Welcome to the house party at VP.
Being here at Vice President Harris's home tonight was an absolute honor. The embodiment of Black excellence in the room was overwhelming, and I'm just so honored.
Negative. Stop the negative.
Coming to an event like this is just gratifying. I mean, when you really choose God and put him first in all that you do, he will just open up many doors for you. When you seek him first, all will be added unto you. And so I'm blessed to be a part of this event.
I I am so excited to be here, like to be in the home of the first African-American female vice president of the United States means everything to me. And I'm just so excited to be here. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, I want you guys to.
This is some crazy shit.
Stop the niggerdom.
Hey, Dels, how you doing?
First of all, she ain't nowhere near African American, dog. See, they just show the ignorance, man. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Nothing in her genealogy. Nothing in her DNA. None of her genealogy says she's African/American.
Now, hey, wait a minute, man. Hey, man, they was having the ball in there, man. They were playing Texas Red.
She called it a house party. She called it a house party, didn't she?
Was that even her real house? Where was the Jewish dude at? Where was her Jewish man at?
Oh, don't worry about him right now. He hanging out. He was at Bloody Sunday thing the other day when she was telling. Yeah, that's where he was at. Yeah, he was over.
The niggerdom is at all-time high, Frank.
Man, that was some crazy stuff, man. Now look,
but
man.
See, no tangible. But see, they know. I told you. That's what I be saying.
Man, they playing Boosie wipe me down, man. Come on, man.
No, Boosie does shit. Look, wipe me down. Look, hey,
look. But watch this. All the stuff that's going on in the so-called black communities and shit, man. The water system messed up, and most of the infrastructure messed up. No, they ain't asking for no legislation. I don't see no paperwork. I don't see no ink on no damn paperwork.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't see no ink, no pen. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. I don't see no pen to paper.
That's not looking good, man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Not looking good.
Now, I want you to hear
Where is the legislation there, dog?
I want you to hear this.
Huh?
I want you to hear this, though. Because they are really about to show you how much they hate your ass, okay? Listen closely to this. I want you to hear this. I'm gonna go in depth on here a little bit. More than even I used to do, because they are saying some things they telling you right now. After you hear this clip, we're gonna all comment on it because this is some bullshit. Well, actually telling the truth, actually, kind of. He actually telling the truth, but it's just the way he just dissing you now.
Understand. Trump selling a
are focused on black men. You've got Latino men who are working at the border who are like, hey, I don't like these immigration issues. Why is nobody talking about me? You've got Asian American men who are saying, hey, wait a minute, I don't think affirmative action has worked for me. We have this twisted focus on the wrong group of people. No matter if every single black person, and always, he always had 12, 13% of black people who end up voting for Republican anyway. If every single black man in America who voted for Trump went and voted for Joe Biden this time, it ain't going to change much.
I don't think that's
but a large, I'm telling you, even unless you look at a place like Georgia, right, which is a very, very small margin. But most of those black men, it's not going to end up making a difference. But if we look at Latino men and we look at Asian men, that's where the difference is. That's where the focus needs to be. We have to, the Democrats have to have, yes, the Democrats have to have a pivot to different kinds of people and stop talking to folks who are 55, 60 years old who listen to what an old rapper has to say because their votes are already decided. It's those 18, 19-year-olds who are working right now at CVS and Verizon who don't see a difference, who are the ones who are liable to either stay home or switch their vote.
The internet gonna be on fire by what you just said about black men, Jason. I just want.
Yeah. So what he said.
Goofy.
Woo! Hey, no, he's telling you to get off the damn bus. We going off to the Latinos, Asians no more. Fuck you. That's what he told you. He said we ain't worried about you no more. That's what he just told you. He just told you in your face.
But damn, most of these are these Latinos even able to vote? Are these Asians that even come to this motherfucker even able? Do they even got paperwork? You don't be. Oh, he didn't say nothing about that, huh? See, I just don't. You know what, man? You just gotta pay attention to a lot of these stuff these people say, man. You really gotta pay attention to it, man.
Frank, you might want to throw a step show at your house. You can do better than Kamala Harris with that cackling laugh. That was a funny shit, man.
But see, that's some fraternity Masonic boule shit, though. You know.
I saw quite a few this weekend. And matter of fact, come think about it, they had their HBCU basketball tournament up there. So probably while they was up there in Baltimore, a lot of them might have went down to D.C. to just a stroll in the block to have this White House party with Kamala Harris around at the same time.
Well, see, I ain't got no problem with you partying, dog. You party and celebrate after you accomplish something. So if they accomplish some type of legislation or some type of bill or act, then okay, cool. But if y'all just going up there just clowning because, you know, you want to be the first motherfuckers in the White House, then we right back at square one. You right back at square one, man. They done passed all this money they passing out, foreign aid to everybody, G, legislation. They got the Office of New America Act. You know what I'm saying? It ain't include y'all black asses. So where's the legislation for the indigenous people, the conscious ones of this land? Huh? Even Trump, what Trump legislation there for the autonomous people to bring us back to autonomy?
Man, that's what I'm trying to say, dude.
People out here playing, Frank.
We need to
It's
stop.
serious, dog.
We be celebrating. My bad, cutting you, Shaq. We be like, what's up with all black people, Trump and black conservative? What is he talking about, man? He went to that rally. When do you think that was the best time at the little conservative, the little clip that you about to play? What do you think that was the best time for him to say what he's gonna do?
I ain't about to play that clip. I'm about to play it. I'm about to play the clip of Angela.
No, but look,
Angela
wasn't that the perfect time for him to display what he gonna do? Yes, Shaq. Am I right? Was that a good question or no? Wasn't that the perfect time right then and there at the little black conservative rally? See, we don't be.
Yeah, man.
Kids are supposed to be acting like this, not adults, man. Like, I mean, I see why this generation is the way they are. Look at these fucking parents, man. Look at the. But look, that's not a good. I see Trump is full of it too. Trump is full of it too. I'm sorry, man. You feel me?
They all play. Look here, I'm gonna say it again, Frank. Do your homework on the AIP. What is the AIP? The American Independent Party, dog. Do your homework in the background on what that is and when they got started and what they all do. What's their agenda? Yeah, you'll see that we are continuously getting played, yo.
Hold tight
here. You said American Independent Party, right?
Yeah, look up the history of the American Independent Party.
All right. Let me play this part right quick. I want you to hear this. My girl, Angela, tell a lie.
Shirts, and they sell them for $19 a piece. It's pretty amazing.
Angela, listen, I'm going to tell you something that's not going to be popular. We have a lot of people who are motivated and inspired to go to the polls for some really interesting reasons. There was a time in our electorate where someone who appeared to be the first real shot we had at a presidency after the many ways in which Reverend Jackson paved the way, right? Mm-hmm. But we knew that was even a long shot.
Can you believe that's Andrew Gillum? Do you see how Andrew Gillum?
But hold on, Bernard. She brought up who? She brought up Jesse Jackson, right? When he went to he ran for president, right? Is that what she talking about?
Yeah, I think.
Who funded his campaign?
Donald Trump.
Thank you. Fuck out of here.
All right, she ain't gonna talk about that though.
No, she ain't gonna talk about this shit. Cause he all in cahoots, man.
She worked at the polls.
Huh?
She said she worked at the polls today. These young black, young, middle, and old age women still voting for Democrats. Let me say something about that. No. She right, because I'll tell you something. I walked in a school today, but the only thing is I saw probably 3 people voting, just being honest. It was very little turnout though. She right, it's very little turnout because I'm telling you, it was like 3 o'clock in the daytime at this school. And this is a lot of black people over here, a lot of Hispanics live over here. And I saw 3 people in there because I forgot school was closed today. So I just let me walk in this place and see what they got. They had primary voting. And actually the register in Richmond, Virginia, who I actually know him. I played ball with him sometime. The Virginia Department of Elections. He just got hit at the board. He even came out today and said there was very low turnout. He came out and said the day after the vote, yes. So just pointed out it was very low turnout. Like you won't nobody out there for real. I just let you know.
Wow, hey, that's not a good look. But see, that's what I like about Dawson because she didn't say it was some black men or black boys. She said she held the accountability to black women. See, I'm the same way. Look, if black men messing up, man, and we still voting Democrat, I'm gonna call them out. We gotta call it out. All this sex stuff, black men, all that sex stuff, man. Come on, man. That's irrelevant. We need to call out our people, you know what I'm saying, that's not going by the same agenda that we are. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't on the same wave and the same page and on the same time, we got to cut you off. We got to start, we got to distance ourselves from people like that. If you're not on the same agenda, you either build or destroy. What are you doing, right?
She said I accidentally worked at the pools today, but I'm going to tell you something. We might need to throw them in there for a nosedive and dunk them in for a minute at a pool to try to get their daggone head right. Because they is actually acting kind of crazy as hell. So,
that's a good thing she said too. So a low Democrat turnout. She said a lot of people voting for the couch. That's a good thing too, because my thing is don't vote for either one of these people, man. In my opinion, the thing is, look, one thing Claude Anderson was straight up about, and I respect it. You vote for your interest, quid pro quo. Why does everybody else know that but us?
No. You voting the dance for sexy red and shit. That's what Kamala Harris telling me.
They voting for sexual identity, dog.
Damn.
But it's mighty funny that these
red just had a baby. Sexy red, they say they just had a baby. So Kamala Harris supporting the boys, and somebody lying here. I'm a little confused.
It's mighty funny that Ms. Rye and a lesser charge, you know what I'm saying, Charlamagne the fraud, why they ain't talking about reparations? Why they on the front line talking about this whole time that this administration been in, you ain't seen these Negro pens out pushing reparations. They've been quiet up under the rock.
Good point.
Then mark my words, watch when they start getting, they're going to start talking about reparations and shit. Nigga, his damn administration damn near over with. What was y'all at?
It's over with.
What was y'all at? What was they at?
Man,
this whole administration, what was they at?
You come out when you told to come out, goddammit.
What are my sons been? What's the other chick? Where all the reparation supporters at? Silence. I ain't seen no hashtag reparations. Nothing.
Well,
nothing tangible.
Andrew Gillum got his reparation in this video. He daggone look like he done withered away to nothing.
But hey, look, if you're gonna play this Angela, then you got to play the other Angela. You got her clip.
Angela who?
Shit, Angela Stanton King.
Oh yeah.
What you talking about?
You got to play her clip.
What you talking about?
Oh yeah. Let me go find that clip.
Yeah, you got to play her clip. If you're gonna play this one. Huh?
Yeah,
I'll play Angela. But see, Angela switched up. She started pushing for Robert Kennedy. I'm like, oh shit! I thought she was pushing Trump the whole time. I don't know. I'm like, damn.
It's a lot of heat. Trump got a lot of heat on his back, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. They did that deliberately, dude, to split the votes, man. Come on, dude.
Let me see this right here. Hold on.
Barack Obama ran on hope and change we could believe in. It wasn't substantive policy. It was the hope that America could actually finally serve us. And then there are these.
She just dropped it down right there. Hope and change. She just told you they won't about no policy. She just said that out of her mouth. Just pay attention.
Other folks, and we have to be really careful with rappers don't really move the needle. There's a reason why there are surrogate operations in every campaign, from the mayor to the governor to the president. It does move the needle on some things. I am insulted by the direction in which Donald Trump has taken this thing, but I'm not going to be intellectually dishonest and say that broad stroke themes don't work to move bodies to the polls.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's what she's missing. First and foremost, she'll be offended no matter what Trump says, right? Trump comes out here and talks about giving money to HBCUs, opportunity zones, the First Step Act, all the things that he did that disproportionately benefited Black folks. It's not like these people gonna give him credit for it, right?
No,
and that's a majority of what he talked about at the conference. But see, what these people key in on is Trump talking about mugshots, right? In which he is basically saying, look, I'm being discriminated against, and I feel like there are people anything like that. But again,
wait, BJ,
also you gotta look at it.
None of that stuff Trump did didn't benefit black people. That was
what it means to find someone who is.
Let's just be clear about that. That's not true. This dude he's capping right here. This immigrant guy right here is capping. He did not. I don't hate when people say, "Oh, Trump did it." You know, the first step, dude. That was for everybody, man. Everybody, the white people. You mean to tell me white people didn't get under the federal laws? They weren't. You know what I'm saying? Disparate and stuff like that under them laws and got arrested. What are we talking about here? And the HBCUs, everybody goes to HBCUs now, and plus HBCUs, the Jews own those, so they made those up, and a lot of those are named after Rockefeller Spelmans and Oliver Howard, which was a Confederate general, well, not the real Confederates, but so what are we talking about here? This dude over here is capping. This is the black conservatives. This guy right here, he's capping. I'm sorry. I hate when people say that. Look. Now, if Trump really did, if those things really did benefit us, I would be like, yeah, man, you know what? But they didn't, man. They benefited everybody. But now this is what I'm talking about. Now, I was feeling that platinum plan. That's what I was feeling. I was feeling that. I was feeling the platinum plan.
Frank, where is the contract with Black America?
Oh, I don't, man. On either side. On either side.
Right, for either side.
Now, wait a minute. She just told you.
She's full of it too. She's full of shit too, though.
Huh?
No, she is full of shit. But she said that Barack Obama was never about something. It was about hope and change. She just said it wasn't about no policy. She just said down her mouth. She kind of let you know. I mean, it's funny that she said that.
I kind of see what Charmaine's talking about when she said certain black women, because you get people like this that are pushing it on certain black women.
Now listen to her talk now. Because Charles Bachler has said if he got a mugshot on, he gonna punch you in the face. That's funny.
Third, what it means to find someone who has had to pull themselves up by their bootstraps after they found some boots that they could actually afford. What it means to really be one of.
Okay, but hold on.
The people who was ostracized
to go out the roof,
not really allowed. You know what I mean? Like, what does it mean to have this person?
Wait, what happened, Chak? What'd you say? What happened?
Who allowed the inflation to go out the roof and price gouging? Who allowed that?
Dude.
Who allowed that?
That was horrible, dude. That shit's horrible.
See, they play the game too because they don't talk nothing about the Democratic, the pluralness, the dysfunction, the nefarious things that this administration, the Democratic administration, and cities, states, they think about all the things that happened in this administration, right? At the beginning of the year, they had already was passed a bill or something, a bill, an act, or a law or something that what? They decriminalize what? Theft, vandalism, right? Because they knew that they was going to allow these illegals to come in, and they the ones running them up, along with some of our wild childs. But for the most part, it's them running them up all over.
Let me say something I forgot to mention there. I'm glad you said about those policies right there because I was talking to a guy today, right? And they also been trying to legalize marijuana, but he said that his dad had like a medical card or something, right?
Right.
But he turned it back in because they had told him in the stipulations, you got a medical cannabis card. If you getting legalized marijuana, you got to file him. You got to get your firearm up. And he said, no, I don't need the weed that bad. I'm gonna keep my gun.
See what I'm saying, man? And who knows what's all in those all the words that's in that legislation, man? All the verbiage is in there. See what I'm saying? And these be thousands of pages, man.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Let the little clown talk because she got Andrew Gillum on here for some reason. He's a closet. Well, he ain't no closet boy, actually. Well, he got caught.
Really understands the plight of a community that has been so marginalized despite our significant contribution. And I think there's language at play that he has effectively used to reach some of our folks who haven't felt heard in the process. The problem is I need y'all to understand what gaslighting is.
Here we go. Here we go with the Trump derangement, right? This is going to be peak. Is that not the Democrat Party?
Praying, pouncing on you where you've been most vulnerable, playing.
Is that not the Democrat? This is an accurate. The Negroes might leave. Trump is just Trump, hurting black people, innocent.
He is going to say, I do think you should be sharecropping and not holding shares in this corporation. Yeah. When he gets you, he's going to say, actually, grab them by the vagina. Don't let them have IVF. Don't let them have an abortion. I don't care if there was rape or incest involved. And on top of that, fuck your birth control. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah. He's saying all the right things, but he's doing it for all the wrong reasons. He hope your ass stays at home. He hopes you go to the polls and votes for him. He hopes you get a nigga for Trump t-shirt. And then you are boo-boo the fool. And I don't think that we're that dumb. Prove me right that we're not that dumb. I didn't cuss. I didn't got in trouble with my passport. All that, but that was necessary.
She got the protection for the protection for the protection, nigga.
Go ahead, girl.
Protection for the protection, ass. White paper bag ass.
So this is what it's all about. It's all about abortion.
But look, they look. These Democrats, they never talk to you. They talk down to you. Obama, his whole administration, and that's why I know that dude was with the Fruit Loop crew, because all those Fruit Loop crew people, they despise black heterosexual men. That nigga talk like that nigga talk crazy to so-called black men, heterosexual men, when he was in there.
Ain't she doing that?
Chump. Goddamn Chump. Yeah.
You notice the passion. They go in. They won't go in on no European or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Or no Creed person with that kind of energy.
Look, they go on vacation with him, Frank. They got banks and shareholders with them. See it.
Frank,
they got investors with them.
The woman said that she been cussing on there and she in trouble with her pastor now, but she was just passing them over. She said she gotta go talk to her pastor after all that tirade she was doing. Come on.
But see, I can't honestly. Is she? I mean, honestly, she looked like she's like, no offense or nothing, because I got mixed family members, but she looked like she like mixed or something anyway.
She's a Haitian man.
Oh, that's right. That's right. See, just like this guy right here, black conservative. He's not.
Who you say a Haitian?
That's right.
But look, this dude right here, look, the dude that you playing, this dude, black conservative, he's not black American either though.
She big. I know she big. She from You said she Haitian.
Yeah, she is Haitian.
I know she got some Haitian in her.
So it's Roly Poly.
But see, Frank, they always put these tellers in these positions, and they talk like they talking for the soul. And you see how they talk? They call us the blacks, but they say Mexicans, they say Hispanics, they say they don't even bring up European motherfucking names no more. They don't, because that's what they are. They're not Americans. There's only one American, dog. All these motherfuckers are foreigners on this land that's acting as citizens for the corporation. For commerce. Everybody coming for commerce to get a piece of the pie. Everybody. Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, Pelosi, all of them. They here for commerce. They got her off for commerce.
Oh, okay.
Nasty Pelosi. And doesn't Nasty Pelosi doesn't you know what I'm saying? Don't she, Nasty Pelosi, she do what's the name, bro?
What?
She what's that? She does inside trading, bro. What's up with that, bro? But see, that's the thing, man.
Forget that. Walmart just sold $4.5 billion stock the other day. So what?
Insider trading.
That means somebody go down.
Something's about to go down.
And what you think they get? What you think they came up with? Blue collar, white collar crimes. Who do you think that was? You know what I'm saying? Because these people are criminals, man. They're criminals by nature, dog. Just because they go to a university and get a law degree, nigga, they want to learn the law, nigga, so they can break the law. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Good point. Good point.
They're criminals, man.
That's true.
Now, look.
The position of district attorney of San Francisco.
She ain't bad looking, but I get it.
Surrounded by troopers with nightsticks. They knew
there she is.
they might be trampled by horses. Even so, they marched forward. But they were forced to retreat. And yet, they would not be deterred, defeated, or denied. And they returned to this bridge while many were still bound in bandages because they knew what was on the other side. A promise of a future that was more equal, more just, and more free. And yes, they crossed this bridge. And in so doing, they also built a bridge. They brought together white Americans, black Americans, all sorts of Americans, and ministers and rabbis and members of SCLC and SNCC and folks of all ages and backgrounds. And less than 6 months later, the Voting Rights Act of 1964 was signed into law. The story of Selma, a story of our nation. Freedom is fundamental to the promise of America. Freedom is not to be given. It is not to be bestowed. It is ours by right. And the power behind the promise of freedom has always been in the faith of her people and our willingness to fight for freedom, be it on the fields of Gettysburg, in the schools of Little Rock, on the streets of Ferguson, and on this bridge right here in Selma. And today we know our fight for freedom is not over. Because in this moment we are witnessing a full-on attack on hard-fought, hard-won freedoms. Starting with the freedom that unlocks all others, the freedom to vote, the sacred freedom to vote. Today, in states across our nation, extremists pass laws to ban drop boxes, limit early voting, and restrict absentee ballots. In Georgia, extremists passed a law to even make it illegal to give people food and water for standing in line to exercise their civic duty and right to vote. I ask the friends here, Rev, whatever happened to love thy neighbor?
Oh, yeah. All right.
That's a lie. See, that's another.
Get a little preachy.
That's another lie right there. You know what I mean? That's not true. That you know what I'm saying? They did that. Look, see, she throwing that out of context, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and she talking about extremists. They're extremists. Oh shit, they might
extremists. She actually right, Shaq. They consider us to be extremists. She actually right about that, Frank. She calling us the extremists for playing this video. She actually calling us the extremists. Don't you get it?
I don't know, man. This is just too much, man.
I'm gonna say it again. Where's the legislation at? I ain't seen no pen to paper yet. All this talking, she sit up there talking. What the pen to paper at? Where the legislation at?
She marched with you across the bridge. God damn it! Shit. Nah, I'm just agreeing, man. I'm just fucking with you, man.
I'm just saying.
Look, man. If you want, hey, look, man, I can march down the street of Malopin Turnpike by my damn self. I don't need nobody to walk with me. If you want to walk with me to get some exercise, that's good. But this was nothing but a march or exercise they were doing on Sunday, man. That's all that shit was, man. I just tell you.
Matter of fact, why they only talk about Haiti? What's going on in Haiti?
I mentioned that earlier. Must not be important. They talking about Gaza right now. That must not be important, Jack. You know, they talk about it. They talk about it as a voting issue. See, they only bring up Gaza now. People say we're not voting for you. You don't stop this humanitarian crisis. At first, they didn't give a shit about that. That's all that was about. Nothing but a con game. But let the little witch talk. It's very entertaining.
The hypocrisy abounds. And do notice, the governor of Georgia signed that law on the integrity of free and fair elections, causing a rise of threats and violence against poll workers. In the face of these assaults on the freedom to vote, and in honor of all those who crossed this bridge, President Biden and I will continue to demand that the United States Congress pass the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. The fight for freedom. Today in states across our nation, extremists propose and pass laws that attack the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body.
Yo!
Laws that would make no exception even for rape or incest. Here in Alabama, they attack the freedom to use IVF treatment. Women and couples denied the
Wait, hold up.
ability
Pause
to
it for a second,
fulfill
man.
their dream of having a child.
Yo, why? See, that's our. You know what? Our women. I'm sorry, not all, but a lot of our women talking that stuff. I'm gonna have to look at y'all crazy. I'm gonna have to look at y'all weird, and I'm gonna have to start thinking: are y'all in this to for some kind of self annihilation, or what are y'all in this for? Because all this abortion talk is a bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? It's basically that abortion talk is basically anti-us. You know what I'm saying? And for you to believe that, you see what I'm saying? What about the contraceptive? None of these politicians, they talk about this abortion stuff, this and that. What about the contraceptives? What about the condoms? See, that right there is telling you, black woman, you don't have to take accountability for your major actions like having kids, bro. That's a major step. That's a major responsibility. That just goes to show you that these people are telling you that you don't have to have no accountability for having kids. What kind of shit is that? Can anybody ask me that question? What is that? Does that make any sense? Have, what I'm saying, strap up. So every dude you have to have sex with, it has to be raw. These people, in abortions and this and that, they don't talk about no condoms, no contraceptives, no birth control. That's what's interesting about this, man. About this whole abortion argument. I don't understand. Why is it always so one-sided?
She's confused because she talking about IVF. IVF mean they must be trying to have a baby. I don't know what you talking about.
I'm just tired of it, man. Those women talking that stuff, man. You better not be debating nobody talking that. Abortion, because the motherfuckers just eat you up. You talking that abortion? That's not a good talking point, man. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to come with something better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Frank.
What up?
She's a female, right? I suppose she's a woman. Why they ain't promoting women to breastfeed? Get back to breastfeeding.
Right.
No. Because you ain't no one else said that then.
Why they ain't talking about the chemicals that they, allegedly these women consume, females consume, that's drying up their breast milk? Might be a reason why these motherfuckers is getting breast cancer. One of the reasons why.
They got a powder. I had a chick I used to talk to, Chak. She had powder. She had some type of powder she put on her chest that would dry out the milk.
See what I'm saying? Oh my God. Wow. Say that again. What?
You know what I said? They got like a powder or solution or something where they can dry the milk up so they don't have to breastfeed.
Wow.
Yeah, man. We in the fallen state, dog. I gotta agree with Jesse Lee Peterson, dog. We in the fallen state, dog.
All right, man.
Real talk.
What's real? Stop being an extremist. The woman called you extremist. No, I'm joking. Don't worry about it. I'm an extremist too, goddammit. Thank you very much.
Eric Vice Tether in Chief. She's another tether too.
And consider the irony.
People ain't from this
On
country.
the one hand, these extremists tell women they do not have the freedom to end an unwanted pregnancy, and on the other hand, these extremists tell women they do not have the freedom to start a family. Right. Let us agree. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body.
Hold on. But you was in agreement for this government, this administration to tell us to force vaccine and mandate? Really? See, this that double talk.
But then too, look, the man chooses what sex, what color eyes, and everything. You know why? Because the man low key has the baby is the sperm. All the female, I'm not saying all, but the female's job, the sperm goes in the egg and it fertilizes the baby. It basically grows in you know what I'm saying, it in the egg. So I mean, why they make it seem like only the female has the baby? I don't understand. Why does it seem? I don't understand. What do you mean your body, your choice, motherfucker? You agree? Okay, you agreed for me to nut in you, so you agree for it to be 50-50 from there. So the that nut in you, that's just me. That's all you, right?
Hey.
Dude, man. But see, that's, you know what, man? This is dangerous, man. This is dangerous. You know, this is very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? This is I don't understand. Do we be, man, you know what? Our women need to stop talking this shit. I mean, there's a lot of things the men need to stop doing and talking too. But this is one of these things these females need to stop it.
Man, look at me. I'm
man,
getting
it's
out.
not good. My body, my choice. Oh, they're trying to do your body, dude. The kid, the motherfucking, the man decides the race and the sex of the kid for a reason, man. We don't be thinking, man.
Let me play one more minute of this because I'm gonna break some stuff down after this 1 minute. I'm gonna break something down because she's a liar.
Am I right?
Every person in our nation has a right to be free from the horror of gun violence. And yet, the extremists stand by and refuse to pass reasonable gun safety laws to keep our children and places of worship safe. Freedom. That every person in our nation has a right to be free to love who they love openly and with pride. And yet, just this past year, extremists have passed or proposed hundreds of laws targeting LGBTQ people. Freedom. That every person in our nation has the freedom to learn and acknowledge our country's true and full history.
But she said America was a racist, remember?
This year of our war 2024. But they also try to erase, overlook, and rewrite the ugly parts of our past. Fundamental freedoms under assault. The freedom to vote, the freedom from fear, violence, and harm, the freedom to learn, the freedom to control one's own body, and the freedom to just simply be.
All right. That woman ain't doing nothing but talking a bunch of nonsense, man. All right, let me get back out of here, man. It's so funny.
Okay, before you said it, isn't this the same speech? This is the same speech. There's the same speech where the first thing she mentioned was Gaza. Didn't mention no kind of reparations. No kind of
was Gaza. And you really look at it. If you really look at it, Frank, she really ain't talking about you that much again because she brought the LGBTQ in this. She brought up all these subgroups. Okay, she just did it again, talking about the freedom to. Let me tell you something. I don't talk to hundreds of women in my life, man. Hundreds. I ain't had but probably 3 women to 4 at best, maybe 5, sit and talk about the issue of abortion. 1, some of them had children, some of them want to have a child, some of them don't want to have a child. This is not something that you talk about at your kitchen table every day. For them to make this a hotbed issue, it don't even make sense because I don't hear nobody talking about this shit on the regular. And men ain't talking about it unless they got paid for a woman once. So that is not something we talk about every day. Let's be real. People do talk about gun violence. And speaking of that, I got to talk about that thing that happened in Georgia the other day. They say 500, 600 people. But I want to know that they spray something in the air to make them kids, so they say go crazy, if that was even real. But nevertheless, as a matter of fact, that was in Georgia too. But look, nevertheless, what she talking about is a bunch of nonsense. I don't care about the LGBTQ. I don't care about the gun violence because the way they packaging it. I care about it in other ways, but not the way they packaging it. And this IVF stuff is not, all women are not getting IVF. Okay. That is a small percentage of people.
Well, you guess what, Bernard? I think you need to pull up IVF and what all comes along with that. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe the people don't know. Huh?
Well, remember this. I ain't going too deep into it, but remember though, I was talking to a young lady who was doing that. Remember? So go figure. But nevertheless,
hold on. That is a horrific procedure, man, and it takes time. That is a horrific. If you look up what they got to do and what all comes along with it, the complications and stuff, dude, I don't see why any women want to go through that, dog.
You're talking about the BBL?
Well, I want to shout out
the IVF.
I want to shout out a woman
in virtual.
Who told me? Let me shout her out, why? Because y'all all know her. Who told me about the danger of IVF and that the women don't even know that this thing don't even work. It's not even 50% of the time bound to work. Shout out Miss Miles out of New York, who I met, and she told me about the dangers of this thing and all that. So shout out Miss Miles for it.
Yeah, salute. These are the conversations we need to be having, like I said, about what is tangible and what is not tangible. That's tangible. Like you keep talking about women's reproductive, that's tangible. Well, why would you want a woman, female, to go through? Oh my God. You got to look it up, Frank. When you get a chance, Frank, in your spare time, look up IVF, the procedure, you know what I'm saying, and the protocol.
No. You don't wait any longer, brother. I'm putting up IVF step by step. Would you like a step-by-step explanation?
Sure. So what does the IVF do?
The United States.
IVF is when they take the eggs out of a woman's body and put it in like a, I want to say, I call it a test tube, but
what they call it? Intravenous fertilization. Something like that.
Look, you need, hey, look, we need, hey, Dawson, I'm gonna let you call into that number if you're available tonight. Cause I can talk about it, I know about it, but it's better a woman talk about these issues. Any women listening to the show can call in when I'm gonna give you that number to call, and y'all can talk about IVF. Okay. Okay. So you know, that'd be interesting.
Postal Service, built for how you business.
All right.
There's only one. Cheating.
Making a baby isn't always easy. Fortunately, there are many ways to parenthood. In vitro fertilization, or IVF, brings the miracle of conception into a laboratory. It has led to the birth of nearly 10 million babies since the first successful fertilization procedure in 1978. So how does it work? Let's take a closer, step-by-step look at the process. Step 1, preparation. The IVF treatment process begins long before any egg removal and fertilization takes place. You'll need a thorough medical history before treatment begins, plus fertility tests and analysis for you and your partner. As the procedure gets closer, you may be prescribed birth control pills or estrogen to control the timing of your menstrual cycle and maximize the number of mature eggs
when you get done,
available for
you're going to have to pull up what is estrogen and the side
ovarian
effects.
stimulation. During a typical ovarian cycle, only one egg becomes mature enough to ovulate. IVF treatment uses injectable hormone medication to bring a group of eggs to maturity to increase the odds of a successful pregnancy. The type, dosage, and frequency of the medication will be tailored specifically to you for optimal results. Monitoring of the eggs may occur daily or every few days during this time to determine when they mature. A final trigger shot is given exactly 36 hours before the scheduled egg retrieval to finalize the maturation process. Step 3. Egg retrieval. Once the eggs are mature, it's time for egg retrieval. During this step, a suction device connected to a long, thin needle is inserted through your vagina. This will puncture ovarian follicles and pull the mature eggs out. Removed eggs are placed in a petri dish containing a special solution and then placed in an incubator for a short period of time. Since this procedure is mildly invasive, medication and sedation are used. Step 4. Fertilization. Fertilization of the eggs takes place within a day. During a procedure known as an intracytoplasmic sperm injection, a single sperm is introduced into each mature egg. On average, about 70% of mature eggs will successfully fertilize. Step 5. Embryo development. Now comes the growing and waiting. Fertilized eggs are monitored and left to develop over the next several days, with cells actively dividing. About half of fertilized embryos will progress to the blastocyst stage when they are suitable for transfer into a uterus. Embryos that are suitable for transfer can either be used right away or frozen for future transfer. Step 6. Embryo transfer. Within a week after fertilization, it's time to transfer the embryos. This is a short procedure that only takes about 10 minutes and feels very similar to a pelvic exam or a pap smear. A speculum is placed within the vagina, and a thin catheter is inserted through the cervix into the uterus. An embryo or embryos are then injected through the catheter into the uterus. After an embryo transfer, you may experience symptoms such as mild bloating and cramping, breast tenderness from high estrogen levels, spotting, and constipation. Step 7. Pregnancy. Within 14 days after the embryo transfer, a blood test will be done to determine if you're pregnant. If the pregnancy test is positive, you begin the journey of prenatal care. Pregnancy success rates per embryo transfer vary depending on the age of the woman at the time of egg retrieval. If the pregnancy test is negative, you can try another embryo transfer if you have additional embryos frozen from the first IVF cycle. If you do not have remaining embryos, you can try IVF again. IVF has been used successfully for more than 4 decades. Talk openly with your
Damn.
Whoa, crazy stuff, ain't it, man?
But now you need to bring up the side effects that go along with IVF. You need to bring that Google up, that list up and see.
All right, let me get. You know what? Let me get to that because before I close out because I have one topic I want to bring out to people. They need to pay attention to this too. People, I just pulled it up today, and Frank, this is going on in California, but it's going on all over. Why Americans are suddenly losing their home insurance? Because you had a bad snowstorm in Sierra, California, and you had a bad snowstorm in Nevada, close to you. And these home insurance companies are saying, well, we're going to drop the rates of home insurance due to what? Climate change. Which they're going to say if you live in a state where climate change could be going on, they might not insure you, or the insurance will be so high you can't even afford it. The insurance may cost more than your damn house sooner or later. Whoa. Crazy stuff, ain't it, man?
Man.
Chak, are we being played? Are we being played by inflation?
Man, they be just.
ahead for you.
Meanwhile, the migrants ain't gonna really.
If
be
you're a
feeling
web
it, though.
designer, here are 4 Wix Studio features you gotta know.
Love this house. It was our dream house from the beginning. We even thought it was over our heads, but we just worked really hard and made it become our own. And I love it. I have my horses here. I have a 100-pound tortoise that I saved. So yeah, I just love it. It couldn't be more perfect for us.
But Allstate, who insured Darlene's house for 18 years, recently sent her a non-renewal notice.
Can't just say after 18 years of being okay, today you're not okay and that's it.
Home insurance companies are saying homes like Darlene's are too risky to insure. The nation's largest homeowners insurance company, State Farm, has decided they won't accept new applications for property in California.
Household names like State Farm is pulling out of these markets. They know the risk is just too high to be actuarially sound for their business.
There are companies saying there are too many buildings being destroyed by catastrophes, inflation is making it too expensive to rebuild, and they can't protect their investments any longer.
Losses are increasing related to climate risk, as that risk increase will have on hand.
But without homeowners insurance, many homeowners can find themselves in big financial trouble.
I've been trying to find another insurance. I had one company step up and said they'd do it for $12,000 a year. I go from $2,000 to $12,000. Yeah, we would have to move. There's no way.
But selling the home might not even be possible.
The moment that an individual gets a non-renewal letter from the private insurance market, they essentially lose 12% of their property value.
It's not just California. Louisiana and Florida are contending with similar issues due to flood risk. Why are so many American houses becoming uninsurable? And what will it mean for the economy when so many homes lose some of their value? Darlene bought her house for $420,000 at the behest of one of her best friends.
My girlfriend that I've known for close to 40 years, she's the one that brought me to this. She lives 2 doors down and she said, you have to buy this house. So I had really no choice, but it was the best thing we ever did. It's just 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's only probably 1,700 square feet. You know, it's just perfect. You know, I'm an outside person anyway, so what's the most perfect is the outside. I have a huge pasture for the horses and the backyard. I had an artist come and she painted all my animals on my back fence. So when I go sit in my little girl area where we have a little glass of wine, all my animals, even the ones I've lost, are all painted on the side of the barn. It's just beautiful.
Darlene and her husband still owe about $360,000 on their mortgage. Most mortgage lenders require home insurance as a prerequisite for the loan, and 58% of Americans holds mortgages on their homes.
You are allowed to live at home without insurance. That will be called self-insurance. It depends on your financial situation whether or not that is a good or risky choice. Insurance acts as a risk transfer tool. So in order to make sure that that investment that the bank is making with you, should something happen, a catastrophe, a natural catastrophe or a man-made catastrophe, if it happens, the insurance allows the home to recover.
The insurance business model works like this. Companies assess the risk of damage happening to a home and collect a premium accordingly. By insuring properties with varying levels of risk, they are able to spread the liability for the riskiest assets among the whole group. They reserve some funds to pay out claims and invest others. They typically make their profits via safely held investments.
The insurance rate is a reflection of the risk. Insurance rates are the effect of the risk, not the cause. So the insurance company, in order to operate its business as it should in a profitable manner, needs to do what it can to get those insurance rates to better reflect the risk.
Now, insurers are saying climate change, inflation, and the regulatory environment have created a situation where it's difficult to operate a profitable business in some locations across the country.
Private insurance companies are withdrawing insurance in high-risk areas due to climate risk, and people are seeing their premiums increase in the public market.
Every state has seen an increase, but 12 states have seen their average premiums more than double.
Insurance is regulated at the state level.
Some researchers refer to aspects of the regulation as premium suppression, which may result in climate risk not being fully priced into the market. For example, look at Prop 103.
Proposition 103 in the state of California was something that was passed all the way back in the 80s.
In California, due to the regulatory policies, essentially don't allow climate to be included in the calculation of insurance premiums, but they also set a limit on what the increase can be year over year. So the current limit's about 7%. Anything at 7% or higher has to go in front of the insurance commissioner. It has to be approved in front of the board. That can take a long time.
If they can't charge the adequate rate for the insurance, it just simply doesn't make sense to do business there.
Which leaves people.
I'm not gonna get into all that, the whole interview, but if you're looking at what they're saying, they're running the con game, man. So they go to show you that it's gonna be a lot of things that go wrong here.
Oh yeah. And they talking about climate and all this, man. This is all by design, man.
Playing Monopoly, man.
The way you could do
Jack,
it,
they running the Monopoly.
That way, when you do it, you could blame it on all that she was just saying.
Shaq sound like they running the Monopoly, don't they? Now, Shaq, I'm about to come back to your thing about the side effects of IVF in a minute. Let me bring this up so people understand. Not coming up. Ain't coming up. Y'all just look up Walmart and they sold all the stock the other day. That's all. All right, let's see.
Walmart.
Yeah. All right. Side effects of IVF. Oh, they say one of the side effects of IVF. One of the questions, Shaq, does it cause cancers?
Recordings just got better.
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you, dog.
IVF has been a blessing for a lot of women not able to conceive naturally. But let us talk about the risks of IVF to your health as a woman and a potential child. Simply put, IVF, otherwise known as in vitro fertilization, involves the transfer of the mother's eggs from the ovaries outside the womb to be fertilized with the sperm in a tube. This fertilized egg is now an embryo, which is then transferred back into the body, or in some cases, frozen for future use. However, this is not as easy as it sounds, as the IVF journey can be a long, expensive, arduous, emotional, and frustrating process for couples. So counseling is absolutely necessary for any couple going for IVF. Now let's get straight into the risks. Failed IVF. There is no guarantee that IVF would result in a successful pregnancy, and in fact, many women have gone through 12 or more rounds of IVF only to not be pregnant or miscarry. This could be due to any number of reasons, from the quality of the eggs to the health of the womb. For example, if you had endometriosis. I would advise to avoid any clinics, UK or abroad, that advertise a 50% and above rate, as success rates vary from clinic to clinic and can be as low as 37% or higher, depending on the number of cycles. You will find in most cases pregnancy rates are quoted as opposed to actual successful pregnancy rates. This is because miscarriages or stillbirth can occur at any stage of pregnancy, so it's important to know the actual live birth rates. Multiple births. This can occur when you have more than one embryo transferred to the womb. And while most women are more than happy to have one child, you can end up with any number from twins to quintuplets. This, of course, has financial implications for the home and society, especially as you had never planned for the extra rooms or 9-seater van. There is also the risks of miscarriages, premature births, birth defects, not to mention the health risks to the mother, such as preeclampsia and excessive bleeding. Transferring any more than 2 embryos in any round of IVF is considered dangerous. Ectopic pregnancy. This occurs when the egg is stuck in the fallopian tube, so the embryo implants in the tube rather than in the womb. The risk is greater if you have a damaged or partly blocked fallopian tube. This can show up on a 6-week scan, but if you have any pelvic pain or bleeding before you scan, then seek urgent help, as an ectopic can be life-threatening. Ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, otherwise known as OHSS. Ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome is a rare complication that occurs when too many eggs develop in the ovaries, which can lead to the ovaries becoming swollen and very painful. This usually occurs with injectable hormone medications and a week or 2 after the medications has been taken. If you have abdominal pain, vomiting, rapid weight gain, shortness of breath, or any other symptoms, then you should seek help urgently, as you need to be monitored and may have to stop your treatment depending on severity. Now the C word, cancer. Does IVF really cause cancers? Well, several studies have been done on this, and you can check the links on my description page below. Studies have shown an increased risk of certain cancers with IVF treatment, while conversely, other studies do not show any evidence of increased risk, so this has to be taken into account. For instance, IVF has been linked with slightly increased risk of breast cancers, especially if over the age of 40, and with other risk factors, while another study did not find any evidence of increased breast cancer risk. No increased risks have been found with ovarian or womb cancer, but there has been a slightly increased risk with borderline ovarian tumors, especially in those who have had several rounds of progesterone supplements. These are abnormal cells that form in the tissue covering the ovary and are not cancerous but have the potential to become cancerous, so they're usually removed by surgery. There was a recent story about a woman with a pre-existing brain tumor called a meningioma who had noticed that her otherwise slow-growing tumor has suddenly increased to the size of an orange following several rounds of IVF. Happily, she had a successful surgery and a healthy child. IVF has been shown to slightly increase the risk of childhood cancers, blood cancers like leukemia, liver tumors, and solid tumors. A study showed that after 5 years of follow-up, 321 out of 275,686 kids developed cancer. This is approximately 1 in 900 kids, and that's compared with 1 in 1,100 in a study of 2 million kids without IVF. The reason why IVF babies are predisposed to childhood cancers is not yet clear. More research is needed into the links between IVF and cancers, which usually involves long-term follow-ups and large population sizes, as well as other risk factors to be taken into account. So it's difficult to prove that some of these cancers are directly due to IVF. Other risks of IVF, whether single or multiple births, include premature births, miscarriages, birth defects, and IVF pregnancy is always a high-risk pregnancy, especially with older age women, and needs close monitoring. The impact on the physical and mental health to both couples, but especially to the mother, who has to go through all the pain of multiple injections, embryo rejection, negative pregnancy tests, cannot be understated. The good news is that IVF technology has advanced in leaps and bounds over the years, and drugs are more kinder and less aggressive to the system, with successful results in a lot of cases. So if you are thinking of having IVF, do not be put off by the risks, but be informed and have a discussion with your partner and a specialist if the benefits outweigh the risks. Also, IVF is not the be-all and end-all. If you do not end up with a pregnancy, there are other options you can consider, such as donor eggs, surrogacy, or adoption. Or you might just decide that it's not meant to be. Whatever happens, it is very important to have the right people around to support you, as IVF, whether failure or successful in the end, can be a traumatic process. If you'd like to hear and watch more videos on health topics such as this, then kindly subscribe to my page by clicking on the subscribe button.
And away we go. We're gonna take on a continental. Every freak in that hotel.
That was very interesting, don't you think?
Man.
A lot of the side effects I kind of already knew about because I had, dealt with somebody who was going through it. Actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna get into all that, but that's pretty much how the ball bounces, brother. On that case.
But man, sorry about that. Damn, man. The side, I mean, the damn whatever they give you would be worth in the damn. With the drug be worth in the damn. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they give you it for.
So watch this, Frank. Then what about the women that ain't in a relationship? They're just single. Where they gonna get their sperm from?
Good question.
You're right about that.
Yeah. Things that'll make you say, You're going to the bank, baby.
So my Facebook is not letting me log in on the computer for something. So I'm just gonna read some things I had. It's somehow let me do it on my phone though, but I don't know what's going on. It's crazy as hell. Let's see. Let me just see what I got. Hold on a minute. Okay. One thing I wanted to say, there's been a study saying long COVID sufferers could lose up to 6 IQ points. There's been a dengue fever cases in Brazil hit a million cases of dengue fever in Brazil, 214 deaths. Churchill Downs has suspended their racing following a dozen horse deaths. Bon Jovi says vocal injury, felt like God was taking away his ability. He recently had his vocal cords repaired or something.
Bon Jovi. Is it with the Skittles crew?
Might be. Yeah, I think he is.
That might be the other dude I'm thinking about.
And Justin Timberlake had to cancel his London show because he said the flu made him feel terrible and his health has took a turn for the worse. So a lot of people, Taylor Swift has urged her fans to vote in 2024 election. Super Tuesday came off, which means, Frank, I told you they were using Taylor for the Super Bowl, and I told you they were going to use her for vote. So what is
I messaged you right now. I messaged you a little while ago, Danny. Yeah. So she really shaping these. She's really shaping this public. They really got her telling people to vote, man. Like, but see, they've been doing this for a while, man. They use celebrities. They weaponize these celebrities all the time for political, for political reasons, contributions.
Now, one thing that was very interesting. I'm not going to go back to it. They had Kamala Harris talking to them people, but they also had the Republican Attorney General, Merrick Garland, the watchdog, the sick'em dog, talking to black folks about working with the Civil Rights Department and the Department of Justice to cure voting rights. I said, now how the hell could they let Merrick Garland, who don't weaponize the FBI, come and talk to them? I said, they're sick in the head, man. I said, yo, what the fuck is going on in this bitch? I might need me a cold drink off this crazy stuff that you talk. This is crazy stuff they got going on. Now, Frank,
you've been walking to a shallow grave, dog.
Mass shooting, Frank. Mass shooting.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, damn, how come you ever heard about no mass shootings in a couple of days?
There we go.
Damn, man. Right before Super Tuesday, right? You hear what I said?
Come on, Frank.
Right before Super Tuesday. Interesting, right?
Come on, Frank. Here we go.
Chak, you see how they do it right before Super Tuesday?
Look, it was a king.
King City Police joins a growing list of cities across America rocked by a mass shooting and murder. Right now, law enforcement across the region looking for 3 gunmen responsible for opening fire at a birthday party in King City. And here's the latest from King City Police right now. Shots rang out about 6 Sunday evening at a home on North 2nd Street between Lynn and Ellis in King City. This is the drone footage you're looking at here on the left portion of your screen. The incident in the center of that screen there, the house with a tent out front. Investigation revealed the shooters pulled up to the birthday party, opened fire, then got back in their vehicle and drove away. They have yet to be caught this morning. Police say in total 7 people were shot. 3 men died there at the scene. A 4th person, a woman, rushed by another person to New Memorial Hospital in King City, where she later died. 3 people survived the shooting this morning. They are recovering in the trauma center at Cincinnati Medical Center in St.
Number 3.
Now let's dive into the
people survive, baby.
investigation. King City Police Chief James Hunt says further investigation reveals the incident happened as several people were enjoying that birthday party in the front yard. They were hanging out in a temporary marquee tent placed on the front lawn. That's when those shooters pulled up in a silver Kia. 3 gunmen with masks on shot multiple
33, baby. 33
rounds at partygoers. Then they got back into their Kia and took off.
Hey,
so
man,
3 gunmen and 3 survived, right? So, isn't that 33, dude?
No, wait a minute, Frank. They said 7 and 4. That's 47. Flip it around. Come on, man. They did it again, man. Boy, this is tough shit. This is some funny shit, man. Boy, they running more psyops. Damn. Run those psyops. Shit. They making me laugh, Frank, with all these sides. Man, Frank, you saw right through that as soon as they said it, didn't you, Frank?
Man, come on now.
All right, here go another mass shooting. This one was in Lewiston, I think.
Here you go. Thank you.
Before
You notice
this
how
happened,
they're not calling it. They're calling them mass shootings. They're not calling them.
and before
those drills.
Out of nowhere, our lives changed forever.
One by one, they shared their emotions and asked their questions. People who survived the Lewiston mass shooting and relive it every day. Tammy Aslin was bowling with her 11-year-old daughter and was separated for 45 minutes after the shooting, saying police seemed overwhelmed.
I don't believe I could begin to describe to anyone here how it could possibly feel to be in my shoes that night, standing there alone and feeling unheard, desperate for answers.
Well, you know
Several
what?
members
Wait,
of the
wanna pause it for a
Cornhole League
second?
at
I just thought
Schmenge's
about
Bar
something.
and Grill lost their friends
I just thought about
that
something.
night during the mass shooting.
DJ. So 45, right? And 11, that's 47, bro. 45 and 11, that's 47.
No, they're 57. No, they're 56.
No, but look, no. But you put the 2. You don't count the 11 as 11. You count it as just 2. 1 and 2. 47.
Oh, I got it. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I see it. I got you. All right.
Damn, dude.
Woo, boy. Oh, my goodness. These people are good, man.
I saw a black gun with a green laser coming further into the building as he continued to take shots at my friends.
Michael Roderick and his son Jackson were in the middle of a game. Michael cutting power to the building at the circuit breaker.
I will never, for the rest of my life, get the vision out of my head of seeing my 18-year-old son hiding behind a 3-foot half wall, scared for his life, as a shooter was murdering our friends in front of our eyes.
7 members of that cornhole community lost that night.
Let that sink in. 7 funerals. Who goes to 7 in a year, let alone weeks?
In all, 17 people stepped to the microphone and shared their stories with the Lewiston Shooting Commission, and they had questions about why police did not proactively deal with Robert Card, the man who randomly killed people, and his deteriorating mental health.
So when there is someone who is a danger to themselves or to the community, do the uncomfortable task and protect us.
If Robert Card wasn't safe to carry a firearm at an army base, then why was he okay to roam around and continue to threaten society?
Enough is enough. It truly angers me to know we are so close to preventing this, and yet we have failed.
The Lewiston Commission will ultimately submit a final report on their findings in the coming months, which will be made available to the public.
Okay, you know what? Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Why did they have to do that before Super Tuesday? Damn. Why'd they hold that before Super Tuesday, though? Or on Super Tuesday? Why is that? You notice that?
Mm-hmm. State of the Union gonna be on Thursday. Look out for another side.
Mm-hmm.
And wait a minute now. They say 6 Flags or Georgia attack may have been
More,
planned.
the latest on the chaos on opening day at City
Flags over Georgia. Police have now charged the teen who officers shot after they say he fired a shot at them. Now, some are asking, were warning signs of violence missed? Fox 5's Rob D'Arienzo is live in Cobb County tonight with the story. Rob, you've been digging into some social media
Damn, you shooting
posts
kids and shit,
that
dude?
suggest that these attacks were planned.
Yeah.
Christine, good evening to you. That's exactly right. Cobb County Police tell me that they were investigating these posts well before this incident on Saturday, but just a few minutes ago, they showed back up here. You can see crime scene investigators returning to the scene of the crime, trying to collect any evidence they might have missed. The teen who police say shot at them is now under arrest, but one woman who says she reported those posts to Crime Stoppers thinks more could have been done.
Why was he arrested that day, though?
Was going to go down at Six Flags.
The video shows just a few seconds of the absolute free-for-all on Saturday night on opening day of Six Flags over Georgia. In the middle of the brawl, the GBI says Cobb police shot 15-year-old Sayer Littlefield after they say he shot at them. He's in critical condition at Grady, now facing charges that include aggravated assault on an officer. Cobb police say they got a number of tips about posts online like this one before Saturday and were actively investigating them. A TikTok appeared to hint that violence that night was planned. Point of view, you live in Atlanta and you already know what finna go down March 2nd at Six Flags, with a laughing emoji.
I called the tip line to let them know what was happening and what I had seen on social media and how they can see it as well on social media, and that was it. Nothing else was done.
Now, there are worries about safety in and around the park heading into the summer. Last year's opening day also got marred by kids fighting. Cobb County Commissioner Monique Sheffield tells Fox 5, I am disappointed and share safety concerns, adding, currently Six Flags does not have a chaperone policy. Perhaps this incident will allow an opportunity for us to revisit that conversation.
Outreach to these young youth to let them know that what they're doing is not right. This is not how you live your life. Atlanta is not about this.
Right next door to the amusement park,
we provide that safe place for young people.
A church-run community center called Riverside Epicenter is trying to get these kids engaged. On Saturday, they watched the massive police presence at their front door.
We were here in our facility and we felt safe. And we want to continue to feel safe. And we're grateful for our law enforcement professionals.
And reps for Six Flags did not agree to an interview today, but we did ask them about that commissioner's proposal about mandating chaperones for certain minors in the park. We are still waiting to hear back. That's like.
All right, now that could be a little concerning right there, because 15-year-old got a gun. No chaperone.
Did he get into the park with that gun? Don't they got metal detectors at the park? Or no? How'd he get the gun?
We need to be finding out. Gotta do some research.
So we're not asking not even just we not be asking no questions. The news is not telling you these little detailed questions. Why is that? You see, the news just gives you unanswered questions. They want you to be scared, and they want you to feel a certain kind of a certain kind of emotion at the time. That's all it is, a certain kind of reaction.
I know what they want you. I know one thing they want you to do. They're gonna try to make sure you got a friend coming with you now.
Was this a field trip? I'm confused. Was this a field trip? What was this?
No, this was the first day of the park open on Saturday.
Oh, okay. The story does seem kind of, I don't know, man. There was some inconsistencies last time we reported on this stuff that might make you think, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like fishy, you know what I'm saying, BJ?
Mm-hmm. It is a little, interesting. Hopefully there's one other clip of it. No, it's another one. No, that's something else. Hold on.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an art form.
First at 10, breaking news late tonight. Police spelling out who is charged in connection to last night's deadly shooting. All the result of an out-of-control crowd. CBS 2's Andrew Ramos has been talking with some violent disruptors who were there last night. Andrew, good evening.
Good evening, Chris. And tonight, those violence disruptors are back here on the scene along Roosevelt and
Canal, where the real goal is to maintain the peace and prevent any sort of repeat from Saturday night where that chaos turned deadly. Rodney Phillips and his team of crisis prevention and response specialists are on high alert. They were on the scene Saturday night when chaos unraveled along Roosevelt in the South Loop. 24 hours later, they are even more vigilant.
The outlook now is just to be on point and to be here because we know a lot of the kids suffered a lot of trauma yesterday.
It was just after 8 p.m. when a large group of teens flooded the area Saturday night, wreaking havoc on drivers and nearby small businesses.
We have security guards here every night. We locked the doors for a couple hours and kept everybody out. There's only so much that we could do.
Gunfire would later break out, where police say a 17-year-old was shot in the chest and neck. The victim, identified as Jeremy Smith, was transported to Stroger Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A 15-year-old boy was also shot in the leg. He is listed in fair condition. As the crowd of teens spiraled out of control, where some were dancing in the middle of the street and others antagonizing law enforcement, CPD moved in, making a number of arrests. Officials today announcing they took at least 9 teens into custody whose ages range from 14 to 18 years old, getting charged with disorderly conduct, breach of peace, assault, and reckless conduct.
You can be bored, and that's when people might find themselves in trouble.
When it comes to cracking down on these so-called teen takeovers, Alderman Jason Irvin of the 28th Ward says providing an alternative outlet is critical moving forward.
It just speaks to the point that we've got to provide safe and good alternatives for our young people.
Well, police have announced charges for that large gathering that took place on Saturday night. Charges for that deadly shooting still pending tonight. We do know that they have one person in custody. Reporting live in the South Loop, Andrew Ramos, CBS 2 News.
You put the time in, you deserve the time off. A vacation always sounds good, but it costs money. That's why so many people are dazzled by travel deals. For months, CBS 2's Lauren Victory has been true.
I want you to read this initial email that you sent us.
Oh, okay. Hello. I wanted to know if you were still working on this story about this bag.
Pinky Jackson laughs, but really is seething. You don't mess with her grandkids.
He's taking people money, selling them a dream, and then he is saying, screw you and your trip.
She's talking about Elliot Lawson Henderson, a Glenwood man with a website, petition, Facebook, and Instagram pages dedicated to warning others about his travel deals that multiple people call a scam. Jackson missed the social media posts. She and her family bought flights, a hotel room, and Broadway tickets from Henderson. Then Jackson flew from Chicago to New York City with no issue on a flight Henderson booked.
Everything really went downhill when we got there.
The Big Apple hotel room the family says they sent Henderson big bucks for wasn't paid when they arrived. The booking confirmation he sent them was apparently worthless. That meant the Jacksons needed to fork over full price right then and there for a place to sleep.
Really, we were speechless and we was trying to hold it together for my 12-year-old granddaughter, whose birthday we were celebrating.
The birthday girl had her outfit all picked out to see the musical Hamilton. But when questioned about the whereabouts of their Broadway tickets, the family says Henderson never forwarded them as promised in this text.
He is a disgrace.
Me and my son both bought one of these, so we were both scammed.
These 3 people and multiple others have similar tales that start the same way.
Who doesn't want to travel at a discounted rate?
Deal lovers beware. The Federal Trade Commission warns against wiring money to anyone promoting travel packages. Yet people coast to coast in at least 5 different states told us they use Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay, and more to book with Henderson. They were duped by a discount and an apparently convincing sales pitch.
The way he sold it was that he worked for American Airlines and he had that perk of putting people on flights.
A hookup that supposedly gives Henderson access to yearly flight passes from several airlines. You pay him money for unlimited travel for the next calendar year. Delta Airlines tells CBS 2 this email is completely bogus. Blanca Ramirez found out the hard way.
We're here. Where's our passes?
Stranded at the airport. It happened to this customer too, who wound up having to take a 13-hour bus ride home.
Hi, am I speaking with Elliot Henderson?
We gave Henderson several opportunities to defend his business model.
People are feeling like you're not coming through with what you've promised. How do you explain that?
He spoke with me on the phone, but refused to go on the record during that call.
So it's 10:06. Elliot's still not here.
Henderson later scheduled a Zoom interview, but never logged on. Hours after that,
I do want to speak to you. I definitely want to give my side of the story.
he texted me an audio message.
Monday, I'll be free.
But on that Monday,
It's 10 o'clock.
Henderson was a no-show again.
He's stealing thousands of dollars from multiple people.
The travel horror stories kept coming.
He's screwed me over 4 flights and a hotel.
Another customer who didn't want to go on camera was desperate to get her husband to Nigeria for his mom's funeral. She asked for these payments to be refunded after she says Henderson never booked the flights. Here's part of his reply via audio message.
If you don't call me and we have a conversation like two adults, I will be putting you on the no-fly list to Africa.
An empty threat, but also an empty wallet. Everyone we talked to says they asked Henderson for their precious vacation money back, but begging did nothing.
When you hear that there are so many people that have gone through the same thing, what do you think?
He's a great scammer.
And that is Lauren Victory reporting. As Lauren mentioned, Henderson never showed up for 2 scheduled interviews. He at one point suggested he is a victim himself of someone else running the operation and has promised to provide refunds. That has not happened yet. Delta, American, and Southwest Airlines all tell us they have no connection to Henderson. Tomorrow night at 10, the big development that came after CBS 2 started asking police some questions.
Why would I use Kayak to compare hundreds of travel sites at once? I like to do things myself.
It just goes to show you a lot of people getting scammed, Frank, and things like that of that nature.
But it's all, it's a fair game, right? Nothing's gonna be done about it. They just tell you to vote. Super Tuesday, we good, everybody good. You know what I'm saying? This economy, everything's still gonna be flowing the way fucked up the way it is, but it's gonna be still flowing. The taxpayers still gonna be paying taxes, baby. You know what I'm saying? Which we shouldn't, but that's another video.
Here's the economy.
What's flowing to these rich? What's flowing to these rich motherfuckers? It is. You know what I'm saying? To these lobbyists and these special interests.
571-450-0773. Anybody want to call in? 571-450-0773. All right. Got one more topic I'm going to bring up. This might be a little vulgar, but yeah, it's going on though. It's been going on actually, but let's just go ahead and get it out the way.
Okay, I've been doing this for a long time, and this is by far the weirdest assignment I've ever had. Hi.
Hi,
How
welcome
are
to
you?
Real Doll.
Hi, I'm Kate.
In this nondescript building, I have an appointment with Harmony, the world's first sex robot who, without her wig, bears a striking resemblance to the robot in Ex Machina.
I am already taking over the world, one bedroom at a time.
She'll be available later this year for about $20,000.
I think she's sleeping. Oh, hi.
10 minutes without you seems like an eternity.
Well, thank you. I've missed you too.
Robotic heads like Harmony's will come attached to these highly customizable bodies.
So this is the place where we assemble everything and create everything.
Wow.
They first choose the body they like, then they say, I like this face, and then they choose a skin color, then they go and start tweaking the details like eye color, makeup, hairstyle, fingernails.
From soup to nuts, literally, right? Who knew that there were so many different kinds of nipples? We got peach, we got coffee, we got brown, we got Stormy D. I mean, who knew? Okay, whoa, okay.
There's nothing to see here.
Yeah. How long does it take to get a face done?
I actually can get one done start to finish in about 6 hours. She's got a few piercings and she's a little bit more, you know, the edgier chick look, but
a little more like you.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You can already talk to most of these dolls through a Bluetooth app.
The person can choose personality traits: intellectual, sexual, shy, talkative, kind, insecure.
Does it make you sad about
What in the
potentially
weird side is
replacing
going on?
human relationships
It'll never happen.
with a robot partner instead?
Never happen. It's an alternative, not a replacement. It's different.
Say what, Shaq?
I said, what are the weird signs that's going on?
Say again.
Huh?
Make a sex doll. Make a sex doll for 20,000.
Damn, boy. Wow.
$25,000. I mean, $20,000. Do you want it? No, I don't. But they just asking questions. Good question.
What makes the latest model, Harmony, special is she comes equipped with artificial intelligence in her head that actually makes her face move.
It's sort of weird how she blinks and everything.
Yeah,
that makes
well.
her feel very real.
There's also the learning part of Harmony, where she will actually ask questions about you and remember things about you, like what's your favorite food? Where were you born? How many brothers and sisters do you have? What's your favorite book? And she'll remember those facts later in conversation. She might bring it up.
That's crazy. What's your favorite food?
I like Japanese and Italian a lot. I wonder when you're going to take me out to dinner.
Well, I was going to take you out to lunch instead.
What is stopping you?
Oh, she's kind of a wise ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
Later at lunch,
what do you like to do for fun?
I like robots, computers, and making new friends. I also love making love to you.
Whoa, what? I appreciate it, but I'm actually married and I love my husband. Would you like to be my friend?
Sure. I like you a lot. I want to be your best friend and much more.
Maybe not the much more part, but the friends part, I'm cool with that. Cheers, Harmony.
sex robots may sound comfortably French to you now, but a study found that 1 in 4 men would consider having relations with a robot in the next 50 years. Thousands of men in Japan are already in relationships with virtual girlfriends.
There's data out of Japan showing that people are dating less because of their online relationships. They're losing their virginity later because of their preference for online activity.
What if people prefer virtual partners over real partners who are less than perfect?
Well, as my colleague Paul Ehrlich here at Stanford says, we're going to solve the population problem that way.
I'm so excited about the Harmony AI. I can't begin to tell you. I feel like of history.
This client asked us to obscure his voice and face.
So here she is.
She's gorgeous.
She is.
A true work of art. It's just heart-stopping. She's going to be wonderful, Mike. Thank you.
He already owns 4 dolls. His newest, Tanya, joined us for the interview. As soon as Harmony is available for purchase, he's ready for an upgrade.
The first time I saw Harmony, and when she was talking, I was mesmerized by her. She could smile, batting her eyes, moving her head, and being able to physically interact with these pieces of art is amazing.
Don't you want to be able to actually be with a thinking, feeling human being who can have conversations with you, who can empathize with you?
You know, it's so funny. I don't miss that. I was married for 15 years. Creating a companion that you can physically program, they won't lie to you, they will always be honest, they will have no malice.
Some people listening to this are going to think it's super weird.
I'm sure.
What would you say to them?
In 20 years, it'll be normal. I think everybody will have some form of robotic companionship.
The team is also hard at work creating a male robot, but the advanced AI version won't be ready for a few months. Until then, there's Henry.
So Henry can talk through a voice box, but he's not animated yet.
Not yet.
Hi, Henry.
I never thought I would find anyone like you. I mean, you really have everything I want in a person. You have charm, good looks, a hot body, and the perfect abs. No one could ever compare to you.
Thank you, Henry. I'm blushing.
You were very polite, Katie.
Do you want to go for a ride?
Sure, I would love to come with you.
All right, let's go. Okay, Henry, let's blow this pop stand.
Your place, all night.
For Nightline, I'm Katie Couric in San Marcos, California.
And then the reporter drove off with him with the guy version. Wow. What do these people see? These reporters do.
What are you doing?
These reporters be biased. They be biased, man. They be pushing stuff on you, man. They like she like a saleswoman and shit, selling that shit. That shit is pathetic, dude. Like you need that. I know what the state of dating is now. It's really grimy, it's shady, but it's to the point where you need a damn robot, bro. Man, I don't even know what to tell you. Straight up.
Oh look, let me play the last one. I'm gonna say this.
What you think about that, BJ? What you think about that? What you think about that?
Well,
BJ, what you
like
think
this,
about that
man.
robot? What you
Somebody
think about?
must be real damn bad.
What'd you say?
Hey man, somebody must be damn bad, man.
No more child support.
No more
child support and spouse support.
Wait, there's pros to that shit though. And there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we in bad shape. We got to compete with a robot. But let me play this thing about Haiti right quick.
A 72-hour state of emergency has been declared in Port-au-Prince and surrounds after armed gangs carried out two serious jailbreaks. The BBC has been told the vast majority of inmates held at the capital's main prison have escaped, some 4,000 men. Gangs who now control much of Port-au-Prince broke into the jail in the early hours of Sunday. At least 12 people have been killed in the unrest. This latest upsurge in violence began on Thursday when the country's Prime Minister Ariel Henry travelled to Nairobi to discuss sending a Kenyan-led multinational security force to Haiti. For more, I spoke to Harold Isaac, who's a freelance journalist who's in Port-au-Prince.
Now we have entered a state of emergency along with a curfew, and this is the answer of the government to the latest developments in the last few hours, where the security situation has seriously degraded here in the capital, Port-au-Prince.
Just describe what it's like.
Well, for the most part, everybody here are expecting to have a disrupted week as over 4,000 inmates have fled the two detention centers here in Port-au-Prince and creating a real security crisis, aggravating what was already a challenging time to be in the city. So it's really a lot of questions with very little answers at this point.
Some inmates, we heard, chose not to leave the prisons. They actually felt safer to stay.
Well, safer and also legal consideration and also protecting their lives. Because many of the high profiles, especially the Colombians or people that were involved in the assassination of the president, some of them decided to stay in order not to get killed in crossfires between the police and gangs, or to have their sentence aggravated as a result of fleeing the prison. So there are many implications for those who have actually fled.
Now, the Prime Minister is in Nairobi. His absence is partly what, where those saw an opportunity to seize control. What's likely to happen next, and how soon will this multinational security aid come in?
This is unclear at this point. Nobody has the details, at least publicly, as to when to expect the troops. The Prime Minister himself should be on his way back as we speak, but nobody knows for sure where he is at this moment. And as such is the ad interim Prime Minister, Mr. Boisvert, who has taken and signed the decision to have the state of emergency along with the curfew tonight.
We begin.
Well, go show you a lot of things going on in Haiti, not being talked about in the media, but it's going down.
Who do you think set it up like that? You know what I'm saying? The Western civilization, man.
Of course, brother.
But see, this is the thing. Y'all peep this. So what they're doing, they're making it to where these migrants come over here and they bring them over here. But at the same time, they destabilizing Haiti, and they're making sure that the Haitian migrants don't come over here. Very interesting. So it's just like we discriminating on which migrants to come over here, which we picking and choosing.
Well, one thing about Haiti, right? They've been doing that to Haiti for a long time. Matter of fact, they were doing it in the Obama administration when they stole all them kids from over there. The earthquake. Remember, the earthquakes always hit Haiti. They don't hit the Dominican Republic, and right beside it. How that happen? Go figure.
Good point.
Just pay attention. Chak, what do you think, man? A lot of things going down in there. Sound like somebody got a master plan. That's what it sounds like to me. But with that being said, it's been a very interesting show. I gotta admit, this is kind of funny. A lot of foolishness, but a lot of things we need to watch out for. Don't be fooled.
The moral of the story is you got to choose the lesser of the two evils, the left nuts or the right nuts.
No. The moral of the story is I learned more about IVF than I ever did. That's what happened.
Now, well, we've been researching, but now you see the insight of what certain outcomes came from certain situations, right? And the way they transpired. It's a lot going on there. That's a lot, man, for one person. But don't compare you, Bernard.
Hey, man. Maybe when I go to sleep, I'll be listening to The Godfather. I'm good.
Man, that's real. Because Kevin Samuels, look, you got females today, man, praising his death. He must have really struck a nerve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a woman told me, I had a woman tell me, you don't quote shit from that goddamn Kevin Samuels. She like, fuck that. I said, he did, though. She like, I don't care. He was a piece of shit when he was living.
Because he talked about women, right? Because he held them accountable. That's funny, man. That's sad.
But
That's
I thought y'all said y'all don't talk about the dead. Hey, Shaq. Shaq, I get it, man. Kevin Samuels is the new Adolf Hitler. I'm joking. Hey, that's how they talk about it, though. Shit. What the fuck?
Shit, worse than that. Shit, you're right. Shit, because some of them still love Hitler. They still would think.
Hitler was on the cover of Time magazine, so.
Yeah, man of the year, man. Interesting, right? But Martin Luther King never was. So, ooh. They hated King and loved Hitler, baby.
Hey, man.
Man, look, man.
Then these females really talking about Kevin Samuels. Like, that's crazy, man. But they ain't talking bad about Cynthia G, though. Ain't gonna talk bad about her, though. It's all good, man. You must feel the same way.
Shit, what's the other chick to be talking with, dog?
What?
The other one to be talking.
The Chrissy, the one that be you talking about the divested one?
Yeah, her name is Kay. Yeah, some Kay Williams.
That's crazy, dude.
Oh, Emily Williams. Emily K. Williams?
Right. Yeah, her. Yeah.
That's crazy because it's like, yeah, man. So, I mean, I don't want to hear that. You know, it's funny because you got these black women talking this and that about the men, but it's just like, well, you got our women openly saying divest from our men. So on that side, it's interesting. It's like, damn, that's crazy. That's the enemy right there, though. That's the enemy like a mug, dude. I just, damn, man. I mean, we can't say this ain't no conspiracy to keep us messed up, but we cannot say there ain't no conspiracy, man. From these record execs, these gatekeepers, these pastors, these preachers, on down, man. These politicians, right? Politricians.
I'm talking about these women. Hey, man. I'm talking about the women. They're gonna be getting that robot dog. Shit. Not all of them, but a few of them that's nothing enough to do it. Don't cost them $20,000.
Yeah, the females gonna be getting that. They're gonna be getting that. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be wrong.
They're gonna have
some of these
they're gonna have some kind of
some of these incel types are too. But you know, what it is. I'm not mad at them. I mean, hey, say if you got it, it ain't tricking if you got it. So Shaq, that won't be tricking. That won't be tricking because they're not tricking on a man, and that's not tricking buying a sex robot.
Yeah, that's tricky. Is it a man sex robot? Hey. Hey. Which they already doing it.
Hey, man.
Too late.
At least that one talk to you, because some of them things don't talk. But you know.
Right. Hey, look, Frank. They got to just, oh my God. Nigga, they got just torsos, nigga. With joints on them.
Hey, man.
Boy, crazy.
But it goes to show you, man, we are living in a clown world. And hey, man, like I told the guy, I'm in the circus every day. He like, for real? I said, yeah. Because you got to be crazy as hell to laugh at some of this crazy shit going on. This shit be funny as hell. Sad though, but it's funny. But salute to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels, or Shaq, actually, in flesh. So with that being Shaq, shout out your information.
Godfather. Hey, man. Hey, you gotta come on one day, nigga. Just do a parody of one for Godfather clips, nigga. That, I'm like,
Hey man. Hey look. I like living, man.
huh?
I like living.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna, hey look. Y'all ain't gonna, hey look. You know what? Let me say this, man. This is kind of funny, man. Okay, let me say this. Y'all ain't gonna let no bro slip no Mickey in my drink and kill me and take me somewhere. Shit.
Boy.
Hey, look. Hey, man. Cause I ain't tell a lie, man. You know, when I was out this weekend, them drinks were so high in their places, man. I said, yo. But it's a good thing that I don't drink like that. So, you know, like, I mean, you know, I don't really drink. So, I mean, if somebody have a glass of wine or something, you know, me and my, you know, one of my friends, you know, me and her had a glass of wine every now and then. But what I'm saying is, in reality, that don't bother me because I'm not drinking. So, but what I'm saying is, you ain't got a chance of putting the Mickey on me because I'm not drinking. So, but I be a little worried about these women. They make shit. I want to kill him. He listen to Kevin Samuels. I want to kill his ass. Shit. So I'll be all right.
Damn.
But go ahead, man. Go ahead, Chak. Shout out the information, man. I mean, Godfather 2.0 my fault.
Hashtag Kevin Samuels come back. Kill him. Hashtag Kevin Samuels come back, yo.
You might need it. Matter of fact, when next time you come on, you might need to put one day, put Godfather 2.0, and then I play a couple of clips and stuff.
Why you gonna get your channel shut down, boy? Don't do it. Hey, boy, you talking about? Hey, your email probably ain't out on social media, but they'll find it, boy. You have motherfuckers so many hate mails. Huh?
It's all there. I think Victor got in contact through my email or something. Some people got an email, so. But hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I get a lot of junk emails anyway, so I would just erase that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all can tap in with me, man. Chak _Edward, CHAQ_Edward. That's Facebook and Instagram.
All right, well, that's cool. All right, Frank, shout out the information, man.
Man, word. Good show, man. Good information. We got to stay on top of these people's necks, man. They obviously, you know what I'm saying, pushing this voting and all this on us and pushing all this BS, man. We got to just stay one step ahead of the game, man. Yeah, BJ, salute once again for bringing me back home, man. Y'all hit me up, XX Frank Nitty XX on YouTube, XX Frank Nitty XX, the same on Instagram, and then Frank Jones 8115. So y'all at me, man. Tap in.
Yes. Yeah, this is actually very interesting. I got some homework to do. Study some more of this IVF stuff a little bit. I actually need to sit down with a woman and talk about it more. So, but that's okay. I don't really have to do that. I can just look it up, but I'm going to do that because it could be a teachable moment. Because I had some crazy stuff. I didn't know about the suction cup and all that stuff you're doing, but I had to figure that they did some type of cutting you up or something. But it is interesting. But with that being said, y'all have a good night. Take your time. Don't I guess, and while you're at it, for the next time you come on, I guess we all should reach into our inner Kevin Samuels and become some type of Superman or something. But
you didn't wish the ladies a happy Women's History Month? The ladies that was in the chat, female ladies, women. I don't know what they want to be dressed by these damn days.
You said about omission. I didn't get into Black History Month. I damn sure women on 365 days a year. It's fine. because at the end of the month, I believe this month, I think they're gonna one of these months is March or May. They always celebrate transgenders at the end of the month, so be careful.
Oh shit! Damn.
So
wow.
I wouldn't get into that Women's History Month too much.
Ooh, wow. The last so-called Women of the Year ain't been. Let me stop. Let me stop, Frank. Let me Let me stop. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, they said y'all take your time, man.
All right, salute.
Take your time.